Mobile tinting, not what I expected at all. So when he showed up, I had had the car recently detailed and covered up. That way it wouldn't get wet or dusty or anything else. So all he had to do was tint. But unfortunately, this day was actually going to rain, and it is the day that he picked. And he said that he had a tent to cover the car so we wouldn't have any problems, and this is how they normally do it. So I said, okay, that is fine. And unfortunately, you can see all these red dots that I've circled are the places that it's got air bubbles, and this is ages after the tint job. He did tell me it's going to have some bubbles. They go away within a month or two. So I waited a couple months, and unfortunately, 6 months later, these are all the air bubbles that I still have. So unfortunately, it is actually misting, raining on and off. But the technician said this is nothing, and this is normal conditions for them to install it. So he didn't need to use the tent. And if anything, if he used the tent, more likely he would scratch my car. So he didn't want to use it. Okay, so that's the back then. So once he'd finished the entire car, I found a lot of problems and I pointed them out. Like here in the back window, you can see he had cut the film too short. So all the bottom needed to, I would just assume, be re-tinted. But he said this is actually a common thing and this is normally how it's done. So he said he just uses a special pen and fills in all the gaps. But honestly, it looked pretty shit. And I had to have him do it like 3 or 4 times. And you can see he's actually put pen on my interior as well. So this is done. You can see he left it pretty dirty inside. He said all the scratches and stuff will come out, but not to touch it for at least a month. So it had time to dry. And you can see all these bubbles. It looks pretty bad, honestly, but I've never had mobile tint in England done before, so to me, I guess it's normal. But I did have him adjust all the gaps I found with that pen 3 or 4 times until they were all gone. Once he had done the back, he started with the two small side windows, and then after that, he did the main side back windows. He did tell me I didn't have to remove my baby car seat, but for me, I tell everybody just remove it because there was so much debris that he had like cut pieces of this tint and thrown it into the baby chair. And I found all sorts of stuff, even a razor blade. So luckily, after he had left the car in quite a state. So we had to clean all the interior and everything. And luckily, we went to the baby chair properly and found all this stuff. Otherwise, she could have got hurt. So definitely remove your baby seats. And then he finished the rest of the glass. Unfortunately for us, every single panel was dirty after he left. He left like soapy residue all over the inside of the doors, on the seats, and some of the tint film just tossed all over the floor, on the seats, and the baby chair. And then the car was really dirty outside. So I think they must use some type of soap mix, and that left marks all over the paint. And this little umbrella that he's using right now did actually catch the wind and hit the roof a few times. So luckily I was able to buff the marks of that out, but still kind of annoying. The biggest thing for me was all that stuff he left in the baby seat. Especially if you know you're going to make a mess, just tell the people to take the baby seat out. It wouldn't take me 5 minutes, and I wouldn't have minded. I definitely do not recommend Global Tint. They had good reviews, so I figured I would try it, but never again. I would much rather just go get it done in a professional shop. I've had our other car done now professionally. They charge more, but honestly, I didn't care. Even this wasn't that expensive. In the U.S. I normally pay like $700 for a tint. In England, it's like 130 to maybe like 250. That's a good price to me. So I would have paid more. And I was looking for a good company. Unfortunately, I didn't find that. Thank you guys for watching, and once again, this was made for one of the subscribers that asked me where did I get my tint done, and so definitely don't use Global Tint Solutions. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday.